Hello everybody and welcome back to my Let's Play of Game Dev Tycoon. My name is CaptnCOSA and we're here to keep going with COSA, to keep improving it along the way. Last time we had just gotten bailed out and delivered a great game, rated 8.75. Everybody loved it, so let's hop back in and see where we're at. Alright, so kart racers here, selling a lot. And first things first, we got industry news here. Today, Vena has confirmed recent rumors about a new gaming console and announced the Master V. The company claims that the Master V is technically superior to the massively successful TES by Ninvento and plans to release it in the coming months. Alright, so looks like we're going to have some competition for the TES, so maybe another platform to start building on here. But first things first, we said at the end of the last episode that we wanted to research target audience so we can start catering our games towards a specific age group, whether it's young people, everyone, or mature audiences. So we're going to research that right now. It's 15. We have 29 research points, so we'll still have 14 left over there. We've definitely made a lot of money here, and just in time, because the bank is going to take back their amount of money that they gave us, plus that extra 25,000 interest on top. And look at that. See, we're still solid, still going to be able to keep making games, which is excellent. And Kart Racers is still doing very well, still ranked in the 30s here out of all the games. So very successful game here. We researched target audience. So I asked last time for comments on what I should research next in terms of topics, and I got somebody suggested a romance game, which we can definitely do, and someone else suggested a sci-fi game. So I think we'll probably have time for both games in this episode. So we'll research romance, do that one first, and then we'll go hop over and do the sci-fi game. So we're in our third year, almost halfway through. We've got 750 fans, which is excellent for a start here. Maybe if we can get 1,000 fans by the end of this episode from our couple of games we're going to put out, that would be really cool. So Kart Racers is now off the market and sold 37,000 units and generated $260,000. Very impressive stats there for our racing simulation game. Alright, so we just researched romance, so now it's time to develop a new game. Alright, target audience stuff here. So it's letting us know that we can target our game for young people, everyone, or more mature audiences. So we got to pick the right target audience for our game. And yeah, this can play an important role. So different platforms is basically what it's saying. Different platforms have different target audiences here. So now have an audience match thing here. Now, unfortunately, since I don't have any of the hints, we can't tell for certain what platforms do well with which audiences. However, from the type of games that Nintendo generally puts out, we can guess that the TES is probably an everyone and a young person platform, so not necessarily mature audiences, whereas the PC and probably the G64 as well are better for the more mature audiences, because adults generally like to use the PC. So let's do our romance game. Click on that there. There we go. Romance. We'll make it. Let's make it an RPG, and we can make it mature since we have that option now. And we don't want to do it on the TES because it probably won't do well. But let's throw it on the PC. We haven't made a PC game yet, and just to be safe, to conserve our money for a little bit. But we will use our new engine that we created last episode that got us such high ratings on Kart Racers. So the title I got for this romance game was The Man Meets His Match. Actually, we'll go and capitalize the M. Maybe. Yeah. I know. Grammar sometimes is important, other times it's not. So yeah, anyways, The Man Meets His Match, our mature romance RPG. So you guys get to play as the man, who's a big hunk of whatever you want to have him be a hunk of. And he's going to get all the ladies in this story. So, stories and quests very important. Gameplay will bring down a bit, and engine will pop down to there. And like I mentioned last time, it's important that we have whatever features we're going for highlighted. So we want to include a linear story this time, but we don't necessarily need the save game. It'd be nice in an actual game to put all that you can into it, but for the purposes of this game, we don't want as many technology bubbles being popped for us. So we want to focus on as much of the design as possible. We're getting some more research points, some more bugs, so 6 and 3 after the first stage. You can see here we've got our gray suggestions that we've gotten hints for so far. So dialogues is 3+, which means it's all the way at the top. Level design means it's the next because it's got 2+, and artificial intelligence will bump down to the bottom. And we'll keep going here. So month 6, week 3 now. Got 10 design, 3 research, and a media inquiry. This is the first one we've had of these. Hi, I'm Steve O'Connell, a reporter for Planet GG. Good game there, guys, good game. We've heard a rumor that your company is developing a game for mature audiences. Would you be willing to give an interview about this? Well, sure, let's give an interview. Oh, now I can ask us any questions. Great, thank you for your time. We'll publish the interview next week. All right, so let's look for that interview coming out soon. And today, the new game platform Master V by Vena has been released. All right, would you look at that? Vena, or Sega in real life, is now joining the market. So we now have a couple more options when we go to develop our next game, which will hopefully be our sci-fi game. All right, so last stage of development here. Let's move world design up to the top, bump graphics down, and we'll move sound down to the bottom, but still leave that mono sound. I believe last episode I called it basic sound that first time we used it, but we're gonna make a note that it is mono sound. Everything's coming out of one speaker. So, Planet GG has recently published an interview with COSA. According to the interview, the company is working on its first game targeted at mature players. CaptnCOSA, owner and CEO of COSA, said, "We think players are looking for more mature content in games, and we are willing to take a risk to give it to them." Well, I didn't necessarily say that, but hey, that sounds good. Sounds like something I would say. All right, many industry experts say that sooner or later, games with mature themes will become more common. We are curious to see how the market will react to these games. Oh, look at that. We've got hype here, hype 4. All right, so developing a great game is not the only recipe for success. It is essential to build hype to ensure that players are excited about your game. In the beginning of your career, hype is mostly generated through random events, but once you gain more experience, you can use marketing and other strategies to generate hype. Well, that's really cool. We've already got some hype on this mature game, so pending our technology and design bubbles doing well, we should sell a lot of copies of this game, which I'm pretty excited about. All right, so some more industry news about the Master V. Let's see, it says it stirred up the market worldwide. However, the console is not doing very well in North America, but it should flourish in other parts of the world. So I'm presuming we're in North America, since that's where I am, and we've got a DeLorean and everything. So it's probably a North American company here, so maybe we don't want to do the Master V. We'll see what the market share looks like. But our game is done. We've clicked finish, gotten all of those bugs out, and we've got 16 and 11. Everything's moving on up, including 2D graphics. Version 2 is now at level 2, which is pretty exciting. So let's release our game and see how it does. All right, game reviews are in for The Man Meets His Match, our romance RPG. So, first game review is a 7. Nice experience from Star Games. All right, so not as good as the other game that we just put out for kart racers. We got an 8, very enjoyable from Informed Gamer, a 7, good game from Game Hero, and a 9 from All Games. They want more. All right, so that's a pretty good game, better than our games have been, so we're going to generate a report, 7.75, so 1 rating lower than kart racers. However, we did get some hype with the game, so hopefully that should help in selling copies. All right, ranked 16th. Yeah, look at that. Definitely helping out. All right, so post-release analysis. Romance RPG is an okay combination. All right, we'll keep that in mind. So that's okay means it's a 1+ versus up to 3 or 2 minuses. An engine seems not to be important for this type of game. Okay, so maybe a romance adventure would have worked well. Better than an RPG, but we'll keep going here. So right now we don't have anything to research. We could research a new topic. We just added history to our ability to research here. But what I would think we should do is, while our game's going, we can do some contracts. And I can show you guys a little bit of that. So, contracts here, since I didn't really get to talk about it in the last episode, since it happened in the episode that went missing, basically you get a set of time and a set of bubbles that you have to produce in that set amount of time to get money. And there's a penalty if you don't generate that many bubbles, so it's important that you pick ones that you think you can complete. Now, all of these are 3 weeks, so it means that we don't get much time to do them. However, you can see there's 2 and 9, 11 and 8, and 2 and 9. The 2 and 9s both pay 13,000. The 11 and 8 pays 19,000. I don't think we have enough skills to do that the playtest one, so let's do the library software here just for fun. It also gets us some more research points, so once we have things that we do want to research, we'll be better off for that. Yep. So we got a research point there, and boom, we got it. So why don't we try that other one? Oh, before we can do that, Jason here. So Jason was the guy who got us the contracts in the first place. He just got word from the client that the contract was completed successfully. Excellent work. I usually have new contracts every 6 months, so check back sometime. All right, so let's do another one, and we'll do the character design here. So it's basically switching what we're focusing on, design versus technology. And we're getting more research points. And boom, we got that one too. All right, so made some quick cash. And let's now go and develop our next game, which is going to be a sci-fi game. And based on the title suggestion, we're going to go with action here. And since it's an action, we can probably do any of these. Why don't we stick with the TES, since we then don't have to pay the license cost, and it's a bit higher market share, even though the development cost is the same. And we'll use our new engine, and the title for this game, as was suggested, is Doctor Who themed. And I think I know who suggested this one. I know him outside of YouTube, so it makes sense that he made this suggestion. He's actually the one who got me into Doctor Who in the first place. So that's kind of cool. But it's Doctor Who, the Doctor meets the Daleks. So, oh no, we can't do that. Why don't we cut that back, since that's too long, and we'll hopefully get that. Oh, we can't even do that. All right. Fine. There we go. Well, in spirit, it's the Doctor meets the Daleks, but it's going to be Doctor Who, the Doctor versus Daleks. All right. So it's a sci-fi action game. Very important that we get this one hammered down well to make sure none of the Whovians will get mad at us here. So big jump here. We're going to start developing for outside companies. You know, BBC called us up and said, hey, we want to make a Doctor Who game, and we think you're the people to do it. So hopefully this goes well. So since it's an action game, engine is the most important thing, followed by gameplay. Not much focus needed for stories and quests. We'll move from linear story to a save game, and we'll start development here. So we're getting a lot of technology bubbles, which is good. And we have new research available, casual games. All right, so that's a new game genre that we will be able to discover probably in the next episode. And basically it's like those relaxed games that you don't have to put much effort into. Not necessarily this game, because a lot of thinking going on in this game. This one's more of a strategy simulation game. But a lot of your mobile phone device games, like Flappy Birds, would be a casual game, despite the fact that it doesn't necessarily relax you. So artificial intelligence, level design, dialogues, all set to our normal action levels. Artificial intelligence, you see, has the 3 pluses there, so we'll make sure that's the most important. And our game, The Man Meets His Match, is off the market. And it sold 30,000 units, generated 213,000 in sales, and it got us to 1,000 fans. Look at that. We met our goal for this episode. So very good. Recent market data shows the Commodore G64 seems to be slowly losing market share against other PC manufacturers. Oh, that's disappointing. In an unofficial statement, a G64 employee said that the company has been unsuccessful in introducing higher-priced computers to compete against newer and more advanced PCs. Oh, look at that. So we generated a couple games for it, but it might not last. Which this would actually be the first platform that would be taken off the market, since so far everything's just been added on. So action, we're going to bring world design down, graphics up, and sound back up as well. So make sure we get all the sonic screwdriver sounds in there, get all the graphics for the TARDIS going through that time vortex, make it a really solid, high quality game. So bubbles wise, we're at 16 and 17, so pretty even. Maybe we can sneak out another tech point. Oh, a design instead. Darn you, CaptnCOSA. Oh well, we'll be fine. New records for both. We got a little bonus for new combo, but not a new topic bonus like we have been getting. So we only got 1.3 versus 1.5 like usual. But everything's moving on up. Graphics and gameplay are near leveling up for level 3 just because all our game types have had high of those two categories. So our reviews are in, and whoa, would you look at this? A 9 from Star Games, a 9 from Informed Gamer, an 8 from Game Hero, and a 7 from All Games. So still solid reviews. We'll generate the game report here. So at 8.25 overall, did cost us quite a bit because we're putting it on the TES, but it should be doing pretty well. Oh, and industry news here. Today, Ninvento has announced that they will introduce a portable gaming device called GameLink. The device comes with changeable game cartridges in monochrome screen on a green background, built-in speakers, and even multiplayer support via a connection cable. Ooh. Compared to PCs and other gaming consoles, the GameLink is underpowered, but given the low cost and excellent portability, it might find a huge following. Wow, look at that. So the GameLink is likened to Nintendo's Game Boy, and it's got a picture of the early version of the Game Boy. So why don't we leave it here, and we'll see how Doctor Who, the Doctor vs. Daleks goes, our sci-fi action game, and we'll see maybe we can start developing games on the GameLink in a little bit. We also have quite a few research points. Casual Games is up, so we might want to research that one. So yeah, we'll leave it here. If you guys have any comments, suggestions, make sure to leave them in the comments. If you like what you see, give it a like, and if you want to see more, give us the subscribe button a hit, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.